waiting for?
There she is right there. That's me at Thermopolis.
We're waiting for you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks of the most iconic teen movies of the aughts, released between 2000 and 2009. Beware of spoilers ahead.
Call me crazy, but it's scientifically impossible that a pair of pants could fit me.
And me.
And me.
Number 30, Love and Basketball.
Told you I was nice. I'm gonna be the first girl in the NBA.
No, I'm gonna be in the NBA. You're gonna be my cheerleader.
You can't go wrong with a good sports movie, and the early to mid-aughts covered all the bases, from gymnastics in Stick It to skating in Ice Princess. However, Love and Basketball went that extra mile.
I'll play you.
What?
One game, one-on-one.
For what?
Your heart.
As its title suggests, this beloved cult movie combines the gender politics of a romance with all the drama of a basketball game. It's a coming-of-age story, an exploration of women in sport, and a rare teen film told from the perspective of a young black woman.
That night you wanted to talk about your dad, I had curfew. What was I supposed to do?
Stay.
If I stayed, I wouldn't be starting.
Or at least you got your priorities straight.
I never asked you to choose.
The movie marked the feature directorial debut of screenwriter Gina Prince Bythewood. She set out to create, quote, a black When Harry Met Sally, crafting a cultural moment all of its own in the process.
All these girls, you're the only one I know who's for real.
I love you too.
Number 29, Chasing Liberty.
I'm on fire! I'm untouchable! I'm Anna! Who are you?
Ben Calder, freelance getaway man.
2004 gave us not one, but two coming-of-age rom-coms about a fictional president's daughter. First Daughter is a lot of fun, but we think Chasing Liberty has the edge. Mandy Moore plays Anna Foster, a teen frustrated with the constant presence of the Secret Service, who monitors her every move. She finally makes a break for freedom on the back of a motorbike written by Matthew Good's character Ben. Little does she know, he's actually an agent in disguise.
Come on, Bennett's away! Where have you been?
Just having a mild heart attack.
From Roman Holiday to Monte Carlo, European adventures have proved the perfect backdrop to some of our favorite romance movies. If that's your vibe, then add Chasing Liberty to your list.
I came to find you.
You did?
Yeah. I'm making the big gesture.
Number 28, What a Girl Wants. Amanda Bynes has starred in her share of teen movies, and What a Girl Wants is a proper guilty pleasure.
So does that mean I'm going to be launched on society?
Actually, I suppose we ought to arrange some sort of coming out party for you.
Coming out party? Coming out as what?
The plot follows an American high schooler named Daphne who travels to the UK to seek out her long-lost father. Of course, he's no ordinary Englishman, but an earl and aspiring prime minister, portrayed by Colin Firth.
Introduce her as the daughter you've always known, but rarely had an opportunity to spend time with. The press still gets a story, but one that's been cut off at the knees.
May I remind you, Alistair, that we are dealing with a living, breathing 17-year-old girl here.
An ensemble of familiar British faces pepper the aristocratic setting, and Bynes also gets a local love interest who whisks her off to show her the sights. The movie wears its tropes on its sleeve, but it also has a lot of heart. Everyone is having fun with their roles, and the relationship between Daphne and her father is genuinely sweet.
I wouldn't change you. I wouldn't change anything about you. I wouldn't change one hair on your head. Not for anything.
Love you, Dad.
Number 27, Bend It Like Beckham.
I don't want you running around half naked in front of men, huh? Look how dark you've become, playing in the sun.
But Mom, I'm really good.
Starting life as a small, British independent film, Bend It Like Beckham was a surprise success, both at home and across the pond. It helped produce a future Hollywood star in Keira Knightley, grossed $76.6 million at the box office, and has even been turned into a musical. The protagonist is Jess, a British Indian teen who wants to play football or soccer professionally.
Nah, my mum and dad have got a clue.
So you mean they've no idea you've been playing all this time?
Nope.
Where do they think you are?
At work, I think I've got a job at HMV.
Blimey, that's not on.
Indian girls aren't supposed to play football.
The film tackles racial and gender discrimination, LGBTQIA+ themes, and religion, all with a grounded humor and a lightness of touch. With a seamless blend of comedy, romance, sport, and friendship, it's a real uplifting film with something for everyone.
At least I've taught her full Indian dinner. The rest is up to God.
Number 26, Sky High.
Hang on back there. We're going off-road.
Teen movies often revolve around high school life, but Sky High doesn't have your average setting. Instead of the standard jocks, nerds, and cheerleaders, our protagonist, Will Stronghold, must navigate a whole different clique system. After all, this is a school for the children of supers.
Good for you, son. Kid of your stature hanging out with a bunch of sidekicks. As a freshman, I didn't have the guts. And I can only imagine what your grandfather would have said if I'd have brought some of them home.
Throughout, heroes and villains battle it out while sidekicks are at the bottom of the social hierarchy. It's a fun twist on adolescent politics, and we love seeing the range of different powers on display. The characters are engaging and likable, partly thanks to the charm of the cast. Sky High might fly under the radar, but for us, it's a firm favorite.
Word of advice, don't miss the bus, because the bus waits for no one.
Number 25, Wild Child.
Kate. See to it she falls in line. What is this place? Hogwarts?
Stories set in British boarding schools will always find their market, and Wild Child is no exception. Emma Roberts plays Poppy, a spoiled Malibu teen who's sent to her mom's old school in order to straighten her out. After a good dose of culture shock, she soon acquires a close-knit girl gang, makes a mortal enemy of the head girl, and discovers a natural gift for lacrosse. She also falls head over heels for the headmistress's son. However, Poppy's real journey lies in finally dealing with the death of her mother, learning to love herself and embracing her natural hair color. It's unashamedly girly fun, and you can never go wrong with a shopping montage.
Malibu moment. Remember what I taught you guys? Who are we?
Number 24, the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Make a wish.
I'm in Rome with my best friend. I'm good. You make one.
When characters from a beloved TV series get their own film, the results can be hit or miss. However, for those of us growing up in the 2000s, the Lizzie McGuire movie was iconic, whether or not we were fans of the show.
I wish to thank everyone who's always believed in me for this great honor.
When Hilary Duff's Lizzie travels to Rome on a school trip, she discovers that she bears an uncanny resemblance to an Italian pop star. After a chance encounter with the handsome Paolo, Lizzie is persuaded to impersonate her doppelganger for a one-off performance. Cue romantic Vespa rides, dazzling romantic scenery, comedic hijinks, and a big plot twist, culminating in a show-stopping finale. The nostalgia is strong with this one. Number 23, Angus, Thongs, and Perfect Snogging.
Welcome to the tragic universe that is my sad life.
Based on the books by Louise Renison, this British teen classic introduced us to a whole new vocabulary. A young Aaron Taylor Johnson and 4 best friends. Georgia Nicholson, her ace gang, and company may use words like snogging, knickers, and nunga-nungas, but they're still a relatable bunch.
You want to move up on the maturity scale, right?
I'm not that desperate.
You have to step up to compete. It's educational.
Flawed, eccentric, and immature, the main group showcased the fun and silliness of early teen girlhood, as well as all the drama and the hormones. There are some great actors among the young cast, and strong supporting performances from the grown-ups too. Throw in plenty of laughs and a great soundtrack, and you've got a brilliant teen film. Number 22, Crossroads.
You can't go all the way to Los Angeles by yourself with some guy.
So then come with me. I'll sing lead and you guys can sing backups.
A road trip movie starring Britney Spears and written by Shonda Rhimes. What could be more perfect? Honestly, Crossroads is peak 2000s nostalgia. It's fun, girly, and feel good, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. The plot deals with some serious themes, and one twist in particular is surprisingly dark.
It was like this sign. Don't touch me, that's I'm ready to cry.
When the writing calls for it, the young stars, including Taryn Manning and Zoe Saldana, really rise to the occasion. Spears also shows off her star quality in the musical performances. And who could forget that memorable karaoke scene? Plus, let's not forget that this is the film that brought us the classic Britney track, I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman.
You will see it in my eyes. This girl will always find her way.
Number 21, 17 Again.
The hero, I guess you, is transformed by his spirit guide to set him on a new path.
Which is what?
Zac Efron shows off his acting chops in this surprisingly emotional teen comedy from the late 2000s. Matthew Perry plays the 37-year-old Mike, a family man who feels like he's missed out in life. When he's transformed into his 17-year-old self, Zac Efron, who initially wins us over in the opening flashback, takes over, and chaos ensues.
Maggie, stop this now.
Yes!
Maggie, if you only knew how highly inappropriate and dysfunctional this is. Stop it. Okay, please stop. Maggie, I'm not the person that you think I am.
You are. Mike goes back to high school to try and change his fate, with consequences that are not so surprising, but entertaining nonetheless. It's a genuinely funny and thought-provoking movie, with echoes of Freaky Friday, 13 Going on 30, and other flicks of the sort. There's also a fantastic ensemble cast.
You're a legend.
Yeah. 20 years.
Number 20, I Love You, Beth Cooper. Nothing says great teen movie like a party after graduation. In 2009's I Love You, Beth Cooper, nerdy Dennis Cooverman confesses he has a crush on cheerleader Beth Cooper during his valedictorian speech.
We never spoke, but now I say it with no regrets. I love you, Beth Cooper.
What follows next is a night of drinking, sex, and good old-fashioned debauchery.
Do you know how many laws you just broke? Grand theft auto, criminal destruction of property, assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated battery, leaving the scene of an accident, speeding, and now failure to stop.
While the movie definitely follows pretty much all of your classic teen comedy tropes, and isn't the most original of films, the chemistry between Hayden Panettiere as Beth and Paul Rust as Dennis makes up for most of the movie's sins.
Thank you for loving me.
What's not to love?
We love you, Beth Cooper. Number 19, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Lindsay Lohan, a killer soundtrack, and Megan Fox's theatrical film acting debut. What's not to love about Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen?
In my heart, I feel that a legend is about to be born. That legend would be me.
When Lola is forced to move from NYC to New Jersey, she thinks her dreams of being on the Broadway stage are over. But in typical dramatic teenage fashion, she takes her new school by storm.
That girl was a wild child dreamer, but she'll find herself, 'cause she believes in nothing else.
This movie came out the same year Lohan starred in Mean Girls and was probably a bit overshadowed by that, but she plays the impassioned Lola with all the assuredness of the movie star she was.
Acting is my chosen career. I mean, I intend to be in theater. I don't want anyone remembering me as doing a substandard audition.
Add a super young Megan Fox honing her Mean Girl chops, and you've got yourself a perfect teen movie. Number 18, John Tucker Must Die. Several teen girls team together to ruin the life of the guy who cheated on them.
What we need is one major hit that's gonna crush his whole macho thing, you know? We need him to understand what it feels like to be us.
Sounds like the perfect feminist romp, right? While feminism has definitely progressed since John Tucker Must Die came out, this 2006 teen comedy still has a lot of bright spots, including its cast, its soundtrack, and the chemistry between its four leading ladies.
Look, I know what you're thinking. I'm not as pretty as Heather. I'm not that smart. I'm not that experienced.
Oh! That's true. But you have us.
Ashanti, Sophia Bush, Ariel Kebble, and Brittany Snow take teenage scheming to a new level, forcing the titular John Tucker to scale buildings in a thong, using his photos in STD campaigns and more.
It'll be like Primetime Tucker. Hasta la vista, mother.
Number 17, Save the Last Dance. The late 90s, early 2000s wouldn't have been what they were without the musical dance stylings of Julia Stiles. See 10 Things I Hate About You for proof. But in Save the Last Dance, she took it to the next level.
Steps ain't no square dance.
That's alright, I dance in circles, probably around you.
Stiles plays the Caucasian Sarah, who transfers to a high school where the majority of the students are black, after her mother dies and she has to move in with her father. At her new school, the aspiring ballet dancer meets Derek, who helps her incorporate hip-hop into her dances.
No.
You're almost there. Yeah, you got that.
Save the Last Dance has a plethora of stars before they were stars. Yes, that is a young Kerry Washington, and deals with important topics such as race and class.
And here you come, white, so you gotta be right. And you take one of the few decent men we have left after jail, drugs, and drive-by. That is what Nikki meant about you up in our world.
There's only one world, Chanel.
That is what they teach you. We know different.
It's a great teen movie all around. Number 16, Aquamarine. It would be hard to explain to a teenager today the absolute excitement we all felt about Emma Roberts, Sarah Paxton, and JoJo starring in a movie about mermaids, but the hype was real. Aquamarine is a little talked about but severely underrated teen movie.
We've been way too available. We need to be more coy.
We're so coy, he barely knows we exist.
Paxton plays a mermaid named Aquamarine who runs, or rather swims, away from home, determined to convince her family that true love exists so that she doesn't have to marry a stranger. She enlists the help of her best friends Claire and Haley, and the teens get to work.
Come and play with your hair. Just gonna twirl it. Arch your back.
Okay. Pucker your lips and flip your hair. Flip it, yeah, flip it.
Using advice from teen magazines, and what a 2000s time capsule that is, the girls get to work. But along the way, they find out that friendship is the real true love.
I know that there's a reason why everybody wants it so much. And what's that? It's the closest thing we have to magic.
Number 15, Jennifer's Body. During the Transformers years, Megan Fox was unfairly maligned by Hollywood as a sex symbol with no talent. But fans of Jennifer's Body know better.
She can fly.
She's just hovering. It's not that impressive. God, do you have to undermine everything that I do? You are such a player hater.
In this deliciously fun and gory horror film, Fox plays Jennifer, the victim of a virgin sacrifice gone wrong, who ends up possessed by a demon who makes her kill all the boys in school.
Well, you're gonna see your buddy really soon.
What, you mean like in heaven someday?
No.
In addition to showing us just how capable Fox could be in a horror movie, this movie brought incredible commentary on sexual violence and female sexuality, giving teen girls a revenge fantasy horror they could love and latch onto. Despite initial poor reviews, so many of them from men who just didn't get it, this one has since become a classic.
I am a god. Okay.
Number 14, Juno.
That ain't no Etch-a-Sketch. This is one doodle that can't be undid, Holmes Gillett.
This is just one of the plethora of hilarious one-liners Juno gave us when it hit theaters in 2007. But this indie comedy drama gave us so much more than an excess of weird sayings we could quote back and forth with our friends.
What? Honest blog? Yeah.
Juno is the story of a teen girl, named Juno, who finds out she's pregnant and decides to give the baby up for adoption.
I mean, I'm in high school. Dude, I'm ill-equipped.
For how funny the movie is, it's also got a ton of heart and lovely performances from so many of our favorite actors. Elliot Page, J.K. Simmons, Allison Janney, Jennifer Garner, Michael Cera, and so many others are just excellent in the film.
You're like naturally smart. You're not like everyone else.
Number 13, Step Up.
You wanna lift me? Are you kidding?
In this dance flick, Tyler has to do community service at the Maryland School of the Arts. He meets aspiring ballerina Nora, who needs a dance partner for her big audition. The competition is fierce, so she'll need to stand out. After some hesitation, she picks Tyler, incorporating his breakdancing into her routine. Even though the pair soon fall for each other, Their personal and professional struggles put their act in jeopardy. When the street finally meets the stage, however, Tyler and Nora bring down the house. Multiple sequels and over a decade later, the original still makes all the right moves. Number 12, Superbad. There was absolutely no way the film that gave us McLovin wouldn't be on this list.
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And you landed on McLovin.
Yeah, I was between that and Muhammad.
Superbad took the 2000s by storm, following the exploits of two teenage boys who just want to party and lose their virginities before finishing high school. Starring the likes of Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, and even Emma Stone, the comedic chemistry between the entire cast and the hilariously stupid dialogue was perfect fodder for a beloved teen comedy.
I love you. It's like, why don't we say that every day? Why can't we say it more often?
I just love you. I just want to go to the rooftops and scream, I love my best friend Evan.
But while Superbad has plenty of vulgarity and plenty of crassness, what holds it together in the end is its heart and its care for the enduring power of friendship. And McLovin, of course.
How old are you, McLovin?
Old enough.
Old enough for what?
It's a party.
Number 11, A Cinderella Story. In 2004, you couldn't do much better than Hilary Duff or Chad Michael Murray, and A Cinderella Story just happened to get them both.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
I'll let you know.
Hilary Duff plays Sam, an unpopular tomboy who's been flirting with an anonymous internet pen pal. Unbeknownst to Sam, her pen pal is Austin, the most popular guy in school, played by none other than Chad Michael Murray.
So I guess you're expecting some guy who hangs out at Starbucks and writes poetry.
Something like that.
The movie presents the classic Cinderella narrative in a modern high school setting, complete of course with an evil stepmom, mean stepsisters, and a ball-turned-high school dance. The film didn't exactly receive glowing reviews when it came out, but it's since turned into a fave of early 2000s teens.
They done it! They won the game!
You gotta love high school.
Number 10, She's the Man. Bros, brothers, brethren, it's time to talk about She's the Man. In 2006, Amanda Bynes was a comedy queen, and this Shakespeare adaptation shows that off to great effect.
Wait, are those real?
Oh yeah, I'm Grace Hepburn's now. No.
In She's the Man, Bynes plays Viola, a teenage girl who masquerades as her brother at a new school so she can play on the boys' soccer team. This sports rom-com has everything you're looking for from a perfect teen movie.
Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Between confusion over who has a crush on who and Viola's desperate attempts to keep her real identity a secret, the movie unfolds into a side-splitting romp. Add in a young Channing Tatum and you've got the perfect film.
See?
See what?
We're flowing.
We're talking about cheese.
So what? Flow is flow.
Number 9, High School Musical.
I can't do it, Troy.
In this first installment of this Disney franchise, we meet basketball player Troy and smart kid Gabriella. They may be from two different cliques, but they bond over their love of singing and the chance to star in the High School Musical. It won't be as simple as auditioning though. Prima donna Sharpay will do anything to get the lead, and Troy and Gabriella have championships coming up. Torn between sports, school, and song, Troy and Gabriella break free from peer pressure and follow their true passion, motivating their classmates to do the same. In the end, they're all in this together. Number 8, 13 Going on 30.
I hate you! I hate me! I hate everybody!
In 1987, the sweet and impressionable Jenna Rink just wants to be popular. After Queen Bee Lucy Tom Tom Wyman humiliates Jenna at her 13th birthday party, she wishes to be 30, flirty, and thriving. To her surprise, Jenna wakes up in 2004 as a 30-year-old magazine editor.
Mom? Dad?
She slowly adjusts to her new life, but learns that all that glitters is not gold. She's distanced herself from her parents and Maddie, her former best friend, and replaced them with Lucy, who's as awful as ever.
Okay, you can wipe off the doe-eyed Bambi watching her mother get shot and strapped to the back of a van look from your face.
As grown-up Jenna's life falls apart, her teen self takes responsibility for her future self's actions, and finally realizes what truly matters the most.
Wow.
You really know what you're doing.
Number 7, Freaky Friday.
I'm sorry that I'm the one thing in your life that isn't perfect. Perfect? You think my life is perfect?
Anna and her mom Tess don't often see eye to eye. Anna isn't ready for Tess to remarry, and Tess doesn't approve of Anna's band or her crush. All this changes when mom and daughter experience a reversal of fortune at a Chinese restaurant.
A journey soon begins, its prize reflected in another's eyes.
After eating enchanted fortune cookies, Anna and Tess switch bodies. While under the spell, the two live in each other's shoes, learning a lot about themselves and each other in the process. It's that newfound appreciation and their mother-daughter bond that help to break the spell, and what makes this teen flick both funny and heartwarming. Number 6, Twilight.
I've never wanted a human's blood so much in my life.
In the first movie of the supernatural romance saga, teen girl Bella Swan moves to the town of Forks, Washington. She meets the mysterious Edward Cullen, who ends up saving her life, but hesitates to be friends with her. The reason? He's actually a 108-year-old vampire.
See it.
Even though the Cullens don't want to harm Bella, the cruel vampire James and his coven are on her trail. Now a couple, Edward will risk life and limb to protect his new love, while Bella's life will change forever. Spawning 4 sequels, this movie is one to sink your teeth into.
I don't have the strength to stay away from you anymore.
Then don't.
Number 5, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
How can they be perfect on you too?
Carmen, Bridget, Tibby, and Lena are lifelong best friends. This summer is the first time they'll be apart, so they decide to keep in touch in a unique way. While out shopping, the girls find a pair of jeans that fits them all perfectly, despite their different body types. Each friend wears the jeans for a few weeks and then sends them on to the next one. Their time apart is full of challenges and heartbreak, and they'll need each other's support more than ever.
You have us. We're not gonna let you go anywhere, okay?
Through the power of friendship and the magic of the traveling pants, these friends are as close as can be, even when they're miles away.
To the pants and the sisterhood.
Number 4, A Walk to Remember.
From the lighthouse, moonshine.
In this romantic drama, Landon Carter falls head over heels for the minister's daughter, Jamie Sullivan. He's a rebellious teen and she keeps to herself, but the two start dating. Jamie soon comes out of her shell only to reveal a devastating secret. She has terminal leukemia.
I'm sick. I have leukemia.
Knowing their time together is limited, Landon helps Jamie fulfill her bucket list. After an out-of-this-world proposal, the two get married, but she sadly passes away a few months later. While this flick is an undeniable tearjerker, it also shows us that love transcends our lives here on Earth.
To honor and to cherish her all the days of my life.
Of my life.
Number 3, The Princess Diaries.
Me? A princess? Shut up!
Geeky teen Mia Thermopolis is an ordinary girl in high school, except she's a princess. As next in line to the fictional Genovian throne, the modest Mia gets a glamorous makeover, and suddenly finds herself in the tabloids. Her newfound popularity proves to be a royal pain, however, and a series of embarrassing events makes her want to give up the throne altogether.
Give her a smooch. Give her a big sloppy one.
But with her family and friends by her side, Mia comes to accept herself for who she is. Whether she's wearing a bucket hat or a tiara, this princess is noble in more ways than one.
Amelia Mionette Thermopolis Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia.
Number 2, Bring It On.
Courtney, this is not a democracy, it's a cheerocracy.
Torrance Shipman is the Toro's new head cheerleader. After her teammate gets hurt, she finds a replacement in Missy Pantone, the new girl in school who's also a gifted gymnast. They learn that the Toro's former leader, Big Red, stole their current routine from the Clovers, a talented rival squad. Torrance has to invent a brand new routine in time for the regional championships.
I define best as competing against the best there is out there and beating them.
At the same time, she becomes best friends with Missy while falling for her twin brother Cliff. With the Toro's reputation on the line, Torrance motivates them to bring their A game. Big Red puts the itch in bitch, but Torrance puts the leader in cheerleader.
I'll bring it. Don't worry.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Mean Girls.
So you've actually never been to a real school before? Shut up. Shut up!
New girl in school Katie Heron just moved from Africa and finds her first friends in social outcasts Janice and Damien. With their help, she infiltrates the plastics and eventually ousts Queen Bee Regina George. Now a queen bee herself, Katie learns that it's lonely at the top.
You're plastic. Cold, shiny, hard plastic.
She alienates Janice and Damien, and a rumor involving her and Regina ruins her reputation. Starting from scratch, Katie comes back down to earth and atones for her past wrongs. While Mean Girls shows us the consequences of social hierarchies, it's also full of laughs and is endlessly quotable. This movie isn't just an iconic teen comedy. It is so fetch.
Gretchen, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
What do you think is the definitive teen movie of the aughts? Let us know in the comments.
Wait a second. Next time you should stick out your tongue, too.
I would, but my coach likes it when I control my tricks.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.